everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Let me just open a new window here so that I can also see. Actually, I can see all of your comments here. What am I talking about? Today, I am joined by my good friend, Allison, who also runs a channel, an amazing channel, all about journaling and reflecting and gratitude and all those good things called Dinosaur Life. So yeah, Allison, welcome. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Very excited. We're going to reflect on 2020 and on how things were happening. 2020 has been a pretty crazy year. I think for everyone, I don't know a single person who has not been touched by 2020.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. How was your year, Allison?
Oh, it's been crazy, which is why I feel like it's so important to take time to reflect, because I just feel like we're all just having kind of whiplash, especially as we step into hopefully 2021, getting back to normal life. I think it's so important for us to stop and think wait, what just happened?
Seriously.
And then how can I grow from this? How has this changed me and how I live my life?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so important. When it comes to reflection, one of the most important things to do is to see how you can apply the learnings of what you have lived through, of what you have experienced to become better in the future. And how do we take all of this wisdom, all of this knowledge into 2021?
Right. And I feel like if we don't take that time for ourselves and that time to stop, then it kind of just packs on, And I think it's just so important for us to pause and take that moment to think about it. And it's hard to do because our world is full of distractions, as we know.
Absolutely.
But that's why we're journaling with you today. Masha and I both have our journals here.
Yes, we do. And my camera is just super out of whack. Let me see if I can do this. Is this gonna? No, it's not better.
As
Sorry,
we
guys.
fix our camera, you can grab your journal, grab a pen. We'd love for you to do this with us.
Yeah, and write in the chat where are you tuning in from? Okay, I think I fixed it a little bit. Where are you tuning in from? And how was your 2020? Because, yeah, it impacted all of us slightly differently. And all of us ended up having these beautiful facial accessories as a must.
Yep.
So, yeah. Swoosh, hello. Very, very nice to have you. Chris, hello. Hello, everybody. Okay, my camera keeps on falling. Sorry, it's standing on the candle. It's standing on a Christmas candle. I'm not going to show you because behind the scenes is messy. But there we are. All right. So, hello. Ilf Petrov, Daya из России. Narayanamu, hello. Hello, everybody. Oh, my God, what is happening?
Oh, this is so fun.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, tuning in from Singapore. My 2020 was not great, but taught me a lot. But it went so fast. Oh, my God, yes. This year, I feel like it feels like a decade. And yet, just like this.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's because our days were just so monotonous and the same.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They say that in childhood you feel like your life is a lot slower, and as you get older, you start to feel like your life is just going by. It's
Exactly.
Where did the time go? And
Absolutely.
A big component of that is that as you're older, you start to develop habits and patterns, and your life is a little bit more the same. And when you're a kid, every day you wake up and you're like, what's gonna happen? So I think 2020 did that to us a little bit. Our days became a little monotonous, and I think that's why the time started flipping by.
And yet, it was also so full of emotionally charged events.
True.
That it also feels like it was, I don't know, 5 years.
Yeah, a decade. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or a decade. Because there were so many emotions and I feel like it's connected to how we make memories and form memories. Hey, couch psychologist here. But this is how I think, this is why I think we're so just oh my God, this year has been a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that a lot of other people are also experiencing the same thing when it comes to the length of the year. I'll move this closer to Allison so that she can see it too. It's a shame you can't see our table. Let me try to readjust the
Yeah, we got
camera.
this cute setup, but we're like sideways.
Yeah, oh, no, it almost worked. The joys of trying to fit a candle on a stick. Jesus Christ. Sorry, everybody. Technical issues. Is this better? Yes, and it stays.
Oh, look at
Okay.
the days felt long, but the year went by so quick. I agree.
And-
Look at this one, giving us journal prompts already.
I love it. We're gonna use that. Okay, white chili. We're gonna get straight into journaling. Thank you for reminding us. We're gonna get onto it, and we're going to use your prompt as well. All right, Allison, what are we starting with?
Okay, so our first journal prompt. We both have our journals. Hopefully you have yours too. But this first prompt is very quick, little warm up. Summarize 2020 in one word.
So I guess, are we going to set a timer for this?
We can if you want.
So for other ones, let's not set a timer for this one, but for other ones, we will set a timer.
So choose one word. If you could summarize 2020 in one word, what would it be? And can you write it in the chat so we can talk about it?
Yes, please. Okay.
Yeah,
2020
I think I already have my word, but mine's kind of silly.
All right. I have a word. You ready to share yours?
Yeah, you want me to go first?
Sure.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
It's chaos.
Ooh, that's really good.
That's my
That's a
word
really
to
good
summarize 2020. Let us know what's your word to summarize 2020. What about yours?
Mine was nope.
Oh my God, I love that.
I feel like life got like super noped this year. And it's like, oh, you want to do that? Nope.
Nope. Absolutely. I 100% agree. It's just, yeah, that was the feel of this year, 100%. What was your different? I see.
Different. That's an understatement for sure.
Yep. Oh, and I see that Amilcar, I'm very sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, is watching from Timor-Leste. Hello, from Colorado. Yeah, guys, share your words, and we're going to unimaginable. Yes.
Ooh,
absolutely.
That's really good.
Yep.
I really like that. I think you're so right. And you could imagine some of these things happening, but like not all of them happening in 1 year.
All at once. Yeah, just like the circumstances just falling into each other. It's absolutely crazy.
I love that.
Yep. Share your words, and we're going to move on to the next prompt. And I'm going to time this one, guys. So this is going to be a 30-second timer. Oh my God. There we go. Can you see this more or less? All right. And no, I'm not ignoring anyone, but this is not on topic. I'm not talking about how I learned English.
Yeah, today she told
digitalism.
me she was wearing a jumper. I was like, what are you going to wear? And she was like, a jumper. And I'm like, what is that?
I lived in the UK for a while. That's why. And jumper is a sweater in the UK. And I completely forget which words are still,
That's
in
fair.
my vocabulary that are not.
That's fair. So she doesn't know
okay.
English.
I don't know.
No, just kidding.
Digitalism, another word. Love it for sure. Yeah, like we all went digital. Like that's how I communicate with my family.
I want to write down y'all's thoughts. These are really fun.
They are. Thank you guys for joining and just sharing your ideas and sharing your wisdom and perspective of the world. We're not talking about coding today. I'm sorry. Emily, who just joined us, we're reflecting on 2020 and our experiences of it. So the last prompt was summarize your 2020 in one word. So Emily, I'm waiting for your word. All right, next prompt. And I'm going to time it.
Okay, next prompt is, how has 2020 changed you?
That's a good one.
So after this year, how do you think you will behave or think differently?
All right, let's time it for 30 seconds. And for anyone doing this in their own time. If you're watching this in the recording, feel free, feel free to pause this and do it in your own time. Like take 3 minutes, take 5 minutes to really journal us. We're going to do only 30 just because, otherwise it's going to be boring on the live. So yeah, 30 seconds and we'll be back. You can barely see this. All right, I have to start journaling.
Yeah, this is a hard question too.
This is a big one. This is a meaty one. That one's so quick. It doesn't go as quick when I do running intervals. Why does time just stretch? Oh, Marie, hello. Hi. Thank you for joining us.
You want me to go first?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, why did I ask this question? I think it's kind of hard. Okay, how has 2020 changed you? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of answers. One of the things that I feel like one of the ways I've changed is kind of like my focus in life. I'm like super extroverted and I love people. And because of that, I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I care about. And in 2020, that was definitely taken away from me. Like all of a sudden I didn't have all these plans and all these things to do. But it's been good for me. Like I feel like before I was trying to love a lot of people deeply. And I don't know if that was working great. Because I was tired, and now I feel like I've been able to love a few people deeply, and I've just recognized a lot of beauty in that. So I think 2020 has definitely like impacted me that way, and that's something I want to carry on for sure.
I love that. It's definitely been a year to focus on depth versus
versus breadth.
Yeah, that's the right word I was looking for. That's very true. I can see a lot of people are sharing their learnings. 2020 taught me to be prudent and to act cautiously. That is definitely a good one for sure. Yeah, especially when it comes to diseases, I guess. Analysis. Honestly, I'm still the same. Sisyphen. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your nickname. That's good. It means that you were a good version to begin with. Not that we weren't a good version. Not that, we just take away different things from different things. So I started learning how to code 8 months ago. That's great.
That's so awesome.
That is amazing. Yeah, like you were able to find the time for it.
I'm also an engineer and I teach coding. So
yeah, we met while we were working together at a university, and Allison was doing her degree in her master's degree in mechanical engineering.
So I'm also a nerd.
That's why we connect. So.
Yes.
All nerds, but nerds need to reflect because that's how they can improve and get better, right?
True.
Chris says 2020 taught me to be patient, and
that's good too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was just such a crazy year. And also I feel like because it had so much uncertainty in the air, like you kind of learn how to deal with that because and like patience with not knowing what's coming around the corner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely another way of change is I definitely pay more attention to the news and like what's going on nationally. I think that in the past several years, at least in America, we've been, I don't know, I want to say comfortable, but it's like one issue at a time, right? Or like we're focusing on one thing at a time. And this year has just been all over the place. Every single day is so different. Like everything's really chaotic, and I've definitely started paying attention to it more. And I think that's really healthy actually and good for me to know what's going on in the world, in my community. So I that is definitely a huge change in my life.
100%. 100%. Yeah. The community is like, I feel like we really understood the importance of community as well. That's another thing. Like I just caught on to that word because it was just like, we really missed community. And and most part, because we were very isolated, but then at the same time, some communities did mobilize and did come together to make a change and stuff like that. So that, I think that's another big theme of 2020. Suresh is saying, pay more attention to hygiene and not take traveling for granted.
Oh my gosh, yes. Can we please travel again?
Seriously, I miss traveling so much. Like, although I have to say, the only time that I traveled throughout this was leaving Chile to go to the US, and going on the plane was just such a stressful activity. I was like,
yeah,
how is it gonna be? Like, what is it gonna do? Like, it was like traveling for the first time again. Like, and we needed to make that trip because it wasn't very safe for us to be there. So like, we knew that we had to make that trip, and like, had to have that experience, but it was nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie.
A small price to pay for people's health too, not traveling.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. So even though it's a pain, I'm happy to make it, but I'm ready to travel too.
Seriously. And mine was reshifting priorities towards being more present and like towards creating deeper relationships with people, like you said, and in particular my family, because my family is so far away. My family is in Russia right now, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to visit them because COVID and also immigration paperwork, so I can't leave the country. But like I feel like I'm connecting with them more on a deeper level than I did this time last year, which is so a good thing. Like, and I like one of the big things for me in 2021 is going to be trying to take that and like deepen that even further.
Yeah,
that's so important.
Good. I love that.
All right. So 1-2 said, now I can make a guessing game in C++. I'm not a computer science student, but I study English literature. Wow, that is so impressive.
That's really cool.
Really, really cool. That's awesome. Like, seriously, continue going, and looking back at your achievements is just such a wonderful way to motivate yourself to do even more and to like recognize how awesome you are and how much work you've put in. Being separated from loved ones. Haven't seen my partner in 11 months, but we're hopeful. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That
I feel for you. That's
seriously,
really tough.
That is so tough. Keep on going. You can do this. We know you can do this. Some days will be worse than others. But try to do. I mean, like, I've done a long distance relationship with my husband for like 3.5 years, so I know the pain. We were never separated for 11 months, so I don't even try to begin to imagine what you're going through. But like, the closer you can feel with this person, the better. And like, try to find different mediums of communication. Like, there's some apps that will help you feel the other person's heartbeat.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, and like,
that's awesome.
The world of sex toys is also there are a lot of things to explore. But yeah, try to feel close to them on so many different levels and mediums and stuff like that, because
my friend Jesse's tuning in.
Oh, hello,
Jesse! Hi, Jesse! Cool.
And then, both learning right now. AWS right now. Okay, you and your partner are learning AWS right now, so it's hoping to do things together. That is wonderful. I'm so glad that you managed to find a way, like an outlet that can help you feel closer to your partner. And unfortunately, we have to find those ways right now. Like, we like in-person communication. It's just so rare. Like, seeing friends is so rare right now. Yeah. Like, you can't even see their full faces. Because I know that she's smiling right now. Like, you can tell by her eyes, but I cannot see her beautiful smile.
You ready for another prompt?
Yes.
Okay. Next prompt. We're gonna do this one. Okay. How did you take care of yourself in 2020? So it was a super hard year, and I feel like a lot of us needed to learn new coping mechanisms to deal with all of the stress. And we just had to take care of ourselves in different ways.
Yep.
So, how did you all let us know? How did you take care of yourself in 2020?
All right. Oh, timer. Setting the timer for 30 seconds. Woohoo!
Wow, that's so fast.
That was so fast. Seriously, my workouts are never like interval training. Never goes as fast. It's like, especially under an incline. Okay, some
Are there
ways
answers?
Yes, there's some
Cool.
answers of how people were taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Azar Shah is saying, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing anyone's name, I'm so sorry. Taking care about my future and studying some IT certifications. Definitely a great way to take care of your future and make sure that your career moves forward, during this thing. Nauras, who had an awesome prompt, by the way, we should also we should also get to that one. Says doing sport in new ways, appreciating the friendships we have.
Oh, I love that. What sports are you doing?
Yeah. How are you working out at home? Like, did you have to adjust? I stopped to care about hateful comments. Way to go.
That's hard to do.
That is so hard to do, but it's so important because they don't mean anything. Right?
Yeah, that person doesn't know you, and they don't know your heart. So I love that.
Exactly. And most of the time, it's just a projection of their own insecurity. So it's like, well, you can't be everyone's psychologist. So
yeah, I know you've had to work through that.
Yep. Still sometimes do, because I mean, at the end of the day, some of them get to you.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that you kind of secretly are afraid that that's true, and once they like point it out, or like they hit that nail right in the spot, it hurts deep, and you're like, is it really like that bad? Whatever they're talking about.
That's tough.
So yeah, but yeah, I have a video on how to deal with hateful comments for anyone who's dealing with this. Go in my videos and like you'll be able to find it. I improved my time management. That's great.
Whoa, that's boss.
That's seriously, like, that's my goal for 2021. Like, teach me. How do you do that?
That's a really good goal. That's really hard to do and takes a lot of discipline.
Absolutely. Not paying heed to outside opinions on how to live my life because I know myself best. Yes, I love that.
Wow.
Absolutely.
There's such inspiring people in here.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. But I completely agree. Like, there will always be a person who tells you you're doing something wrong. But like, you know what? You know yourself best.
Yeah.
You know your mind best. You know your body best. And both of those things combined create a unique you that knows how to take care of yourself best. So,
what did you write, Masha?
What did I write? So
the prompt was, how did you take care of yourself in 2020?
So I to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty bad at it, and like, luckily I have my husband who sometimes points it out when I'm like, I've reached a stress level, to the point of I need to get outside, I need to go for a walk or something like that. Like, I need to reload, reset the system. So I did that when he pointed it out. Bad on me, but thank God I have such a supporting partner. But so yeah, paused and went for walks, talked to family, and also created things to look forward to, because I feel like our life became so monotonous, as we've already mentioned, that you didn't have those, like, that holiday to look forward to, or that party to look forward to, or whatever, like, in your life that normally you look forward to, maybe going to a restaurant. You didn't have that, right? And so you had to create those things for yourself and really being intentional about them, even if it's like cooking your favorite meal or cooking a different meal. Those things are important. So that's what I did.
That's good.
What about you, Allison?
I was definitely the walks. When you said walks,
Mm.
like went on like 1 or 2 walks every single day. I think in 2020, it just started to get cold in Colorado, so I've kind of been robbed of my walks. But getting outside is just so healthy, and like moving, I like have to move. So walks have been really, really helpful for me. Also journaling a lot. I started my journal channel, which you can check out. It's called Dinosaur Life. We can type it in because it's spelled a little weird.
It's the link is in the description of this video.
Oh,
Whoever's watching,
cool.
just scroll down and find
Go
Allison's
check it
channel.
out. You can see what I look like without my mask.
Exactly. And also her videos are amazing and super creative and just like a wonderful way to just like have prompts to journal and being intentional about journaling.
Yeah, they're really fun. We can like journal together. It's a really good time. Go check them out. Anyways, having like that project for me that like I'm super passionate about and I love my channel and love my growth, like really helped me because it gave me like purpose and something to do during the pandemic, which I feel like a lot of people lost.
Mhm.
It's like we had all this time, we're by ourselves, and it's just like I think you start to lose purpose, which is really difficult for humans. It's like, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing?
Why am I getting out of bed today?
Why? Yeah, you like go down that tunnel. So like having Dinosaur Life was super healthy for me because it was like this vision, or it is this vision that I have and something I'm proud of, and I get to help and impact people. So that was really good. And that's why I understand like people who are learning to code, people who are making career changes right now. Like I get that because you need some sort of purpose and like inspiration to get you through this year.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. It's having that purpose, having that why is so motivating.
Mhm.
And like when every day feels the same, it helps you fill your day with, well, things you look forward to.
Yeah.
And things that are different.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, it's so important in years like this one, when we can't travel, we can't really see family or friends or do anything that we're used to. We just have to be responsible and stay at home and do things at home.
Mhm.
All right. Naras was biking, hiking, and home workout with friends via video calls. Have you done any workouts
By video call?
by video calls?
No.
Huh?
Is that
That's
like
awesome.
Peloton or something?
Actually, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law are doing yoga together.
Oh, that's cool.
They just started not that long ago. So that's an awesome
No,
idea.
I've never done that, but I would try. So something really sad for me, and I know that this isn't like the saddest thing that happened this year, but I don't get to go to my gym, and I'm like a big rock climber, and it has changed my identity because part of my identity is rock climbing, and I haven't really gotten to go that much this year. So it's been really interesting for me is like the identity shift and like losing parts of your identity.
Yeah, which I guess during the summer you can fulfill by actually climbing.
Yeah.
But during the winter you have to build a gym. You have to build a gym
that's
at
what
home.
I gotta do.
A climbing gym at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is probably much easier to say than do.
I learned to be happy with no reason. Rich, that's so
wonderful.
cool. That's like such a huge accomplishment.
Seriously, Rich, that's wonderful. That's amazing. And I can see Thrush is writing so much. That's true. I think a lot of us had to develop strategies to manage our stress about the consequences of the pandemic. 100%.
Yeah.
And Thrush also started journaling a month ago. And definitely, yes,
Yay!
please check out her channel. It's
Yay!
amazing. Like a video is coming out on Thursday. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday I post a video, but it's super fun. So come hang out with me.
Come hang out. And yeah, I love. There's so many different ones. I love the one for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and the Mercury one that you did. Allison
Oh, yeah.
also like paints like planets and things like that. It's super fun.
I'm not an artist. Okay, don't get intimidated. I'm not an artist.
Super creative.
I just like it.
Go see her channel. This year definitely made me rethink priorities in life with regards to career, family, friends, goals. 100%. It's a transformational year.
Yeah,
I feel like
it is.
And I lost parts of my identity to COVID, but I also gained new valuable parts of my identity. Cara, that is deep. And I hope that you're happy with this new evolution of you, because we always evolve and there's always going to be a different version of us. And I hope that you're happy with where it's going, where that identity is going.
I think that's like an important part of like what we're doing right now. You know, it's like we experience grief, loss of people, and of just activities, of identities. And if we don't take time to like reflect on it and do what we're doing right now as a group, then, you know, it piles up and it sits in your body, you know? So I think it's so important what we're doing right now so that we can bring these thoughts to the surface and really process some of the loss and also some of the gains. Like she lost some identity, she gained some identity, and both are so important to talk about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the word process is key in that. Like
Yeah.
you got to process everything, right? You got to take time for it. You got to understand that the feelings that you're feeling are valid.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just take time to feel them. Take time to like honor them. And then 1-2 says, I learned that having relations with good people is the way to be happy. I love that.
I
Absolutely.
feel you. I think relationships are so important.
Yep.
I feel you.
Yep. All right, on to the next
one. Okay,
prompt.
so we're flipping it over. So our last prompt was, how did you take care of yourself? Next prompt is, how did you take care of others in 2020?
All right, let's do this.
How did you take care of others in 2020?
Others.
Here we go.
Started the timer for 30 seconds. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
That goes so quickly.
2020, business on top, party on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I was telling Allison I was gonna wear jeans, but that didn't happen. I just wore my same leggings that I've been wearing for
just
the last
leggings
week and a
every
half.
day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I see 1-2 is saying my family take care of me, but how did you take care of your family?
Yeah,
That's where it gets like, I feel like this question is almost motivational for 2021 as well, because it's like, how did I take care of people, and how can I take care of people in the future?
Mm-hmm.
So Allison, how did you take care of others?
Okay, well, I have like a few. So I feel like there's like the very practical, like kind of obvious one, which is I wear my mask, I social distance, and like that is a very easy way to take care of people. It's interesting because it's an action that like we don't goes without speaking. It's not like I'm taking care of you and wearing my mask. It's just like an action you take, but it is an act of love, you know?
Absolutely.
Of like trying to take care of others. Another one, I'm a teacher, so that's like my other full-time job, and just like being super patient with my students, because my students, I teach in a school where students have a really hard time, and they're doing virtual school, so we're talking to each other like this through the computer. So just having a lot of patience and understanding with my students, because it is an exceptional year and they're just going through a lot.
Yeah. I can't even begin to understand what children are
It's a lot
right now. Like
yeah.
It's crazy. That is amazing. And I think that it's so true that we take the mask thing for granted. We don't think that it's an active act of caring for others, but it is. It's so important. And it's like, the more you wear it, the more you take care of others, the more you
and like make others comfortable, you know. Yeah. Like even if the risk of the virus is like small or whatever, maybe you both don't have it, who knows.
Yeah,
but you're making that person comfortable, absolutely, and you're making them feel safe.
Absolutely. And that's that goes back to like what a lot of people have said, that, you know, being cautious is like something that they're taking away from this year, and like hygiene is a big one. Like And this way you're helping other people feel comfortable, because that is a big thing on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
All right. I see some Srush said, checked up on, by the way, tell me if I'm mispronouncing your name, please. I'm like one of those grandmas. I sent my husband a TikTok today of this grandma mispronouncing pumpkin pie because I feel like that.
Wait, how did she pronounce it?
It was like pancake pie, and she was very angry because she couldn't pronounce it. It's great. I'm gonna show it to you.
I want that. Yeah.
It's wonderful. That grandma is just so funny. Okay. I checked up on more regularly via text and send them educational content. Insta, TikTok, great. About mental health, career tips, if they were struggling, and asked for advice. That is wonderful. That is so supportive. And there are so many wonderful resources that creators have created throughout this pandemic, throughout this experience, throughout this like communal experience. And it's wonderful that you are sharing those because they're helpful and they're fun.
Yeah. I love that someone was saying that they're asking their friends how they are, right? Or asking their friends if they need support. Is that what you said?
I was mostly trying to support my girlfriend being vegetarian by. Is this one? Is this the one?
Maybe.
I was mostly trying to support my girlfriend being
cute.
vegetarian by learning to cook new veggie meals to make her happy and healthy.
That's
Aww.
really, really cute. I love that.
That is very,
You're a good
very
friend.
Cute. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, oh my God, on that topic, I was looking at marinades for tofu.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do. It's amazing. Just type into YouTube marinades for tofu.
I'm a tofu fan for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. Srush, I will pronounce your name correctly. Thank you very much for spelling it out for me. Pumpkin pie. I'm the grandma of pumpkin pie. And kudos to you for teaching through 2020. Absolutely, seriously.
Yay! Oh, that's so nice of them.
Seriously, Allison is such a superhero. She, in so many other ways as well. Can I? Is it okay if I share?
Yeah, sure.
She's a cancer survivor.
I am.
Breast cancer survivor, and she shares on her channel some of her experiences through it and like getting rid of items.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I have a few cancer chat videos on my channel if you want to check them out. I think there's like 3, but I have ideas for some. I need to post them.
And they're super honest, super helpful for anyone who might have a loved one that is going through a similar experience. Allison is just a superstar. And yes, kudos to you for teaching through 2020.
Oh my gosh.
And like remote education, like how, especially in your field, in like the field of IT, it's just, you have to be so creative to come up with.
Yeah, so I teach engineering and I teach coding. So some of you might like that.
Exactly. And Allison used to, when things were in person, used to run a creator space. A makerspace.
Yeah, so at a high school. I teach high school. I teach Python.
A lot of Python fans in here for sure. The best way to care about others in not post a comment until you put yourself in the place of reader. I love that. That's empathy. And actually, that was one of my things.
Oh, really?
Yes. Empathy, I think, because...
empathy.
Yeah, empathy. Because at the end of the day, that's all about empathy, right?
Yeah.
And putting yourself in the shoes of others and trying to understand what they feel. And, there's so many different communities that were touched by the pandemic differently. And so, like, trying to understand that. But also, one more thing that I did with in my immediate family is I connected with my grandparents more.
Oh, I love that.
Because they're the ones isolated the most in my family. And I try to, I can be better at it, but I try to talk to them every other week or something like that. And, call them and ask them questions that I know the answer to, but just so that they can get distracted from the reality for a second and
I like that.
Feel needed.
Yeah. I want to meet them someday.
Oh, they're awesome.
Oh.
My husband.
Russia?
Yeah. My husband loves my granddad. Well, he loves all of my grandparents, but I'm very lucky to still have my grandparents. But
I'm gonna go to Russia.
yes, please come when we have a wedding.
Yes.
Wedding party. All right. And then Alfonso is saying, crazy year, right? Wish you all the best for 2021. You too, Alfonso.
Thanks,
Have an
Alfonso.
amazing year. All right, and with that,
You want another prompt?
let's get into another prompt.
Okay. Are we going till 6?
Yeah, let's go into 6.
Okay. Ooh, I don't know what to choose. I brainstormed for you all. Okay, next prompt is going to be, what wisdom will you take from 2020?
Wisdom. I saw a lot of wisdom in the chat
I know.
already, so maybe we'll.
So what wisdom will you take from 2020?
30 seconds on the timer. Let's do this.
Okay.
All right.
I can go first.
Are you guys done? Go
I'm
on.
done. Okay, what wisdom will you take from 2020? I feel like mine's kind of building on something you said earlier when we were talking. But, okay, in like Western society, it's a little bit individualistic, I think, and we get really wrapped up in the me and like our own world. And I think sometimes we feel like we don't have an impact on our community, especially living in a city. Like we live in Denver, so it's like it's very large. Like it's kind of hard to feel like you made a big impact. But in 2020, I really feel like I could make an impact. Like there's a lot of small businesses around my house, and it's like they're struggling. And when I go there and I give them my business and I buy local food or local products, like that's huge for them right now because they're really struggling right now. And I feel like that's some wisdom that I take away from 2020 is like, I really do make an impact. Even though on a macro level, it doesn't always feel like it, on a micro level, it makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And just like with small businesses, you actually connect with the people who own them, connect with people who have a relationship with the producers, and I don't know, like maybe they make some of the stuff themselves, and it's just like it feels so much more real than I don't know shopping at a supermarket or Amazon, where actually on Amazon there are lots of small businesses too, but the local vibe, like I think that's so important. It's so interesting how from being super globalized and being able to travel, we kind of shifted to what is my local community throughout 2020. I
think that's really beautiful and like a really good thing that we need.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I feel like we're so addicted to these devices, and like we can be in the same room but miles and miles away. And when you are thinking about your local community, you're actually present in that community, which is beautiful. I love that.
What did people say?
Let's see. Prudence. All right. Surush is saying, thanks for sharing your journey, Allison. It's inspiring.
Thanks.
I agree, 100%. The life is short and you should not give small things more than they deserve.
That's some strong wisdom there. That's life-changing.
Absolutely. Oh, Kathleen. Love you, Allison. Proud of you.
Hi. Oh, that's my friend Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie. Surush, have backup plans. Restarted that. Or accept the possibility of something not happening. I love that. Yes, you have to be able to adapt and be flexible and not attach yourself. That's actually something that I'm talking about in the video that comes out tomorrow. Like when we attach our self-worth to achievements and like goals, and they don't happen, like we get derailed because let's say a global pandemic happens. we feel like a failure. But if we are flexible with those goals, it makes us much more adaptable, and our self-worth doesn't get affected as much.
Yeah.
That video is coming tomorrow.
Cool. Well, I'll watch that. That sounds awesome.
And then my individual actions matter, even if it may seem small in keeping others in the world safe. Yes, 100%. 100% relate. And like, I think that goes back to what Allison was saying as well. Every year people complain it's the worst year. True. I remember complaining about 2019 and being like, I'm ready for whatever 2020 has in store.
Yeah, I remember, I think 2017 or 16 or 17, everyone was like, worst year ever. But this year, I think, tops it.
Yeah, well, actually, these are leap years. And there's a saying in Russia, their leap years are always hard.
Interesting.
It also turns out that leap years is when the US election is on, because it's every 4 years.
That's funny.
That is funny. Okay. So, like, my grandma at the beginning of the year, she was like, oh, boys and girls, put on your seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride. Boy, was she right.
That's really cute.
And also, we missed a comment from Rich saying, I'm spending all of my spare time learning languages and other interesting things like cybersecurity, psychology, programming languages, etc. Because learning is a really enjoyable thing to do.
Rich, can you come talk to my students, please?
Seriously.
And tell them how fun learning is.
But it really is so fun. And like you said, Allison, it does give you a sense of purpose, a sense of achievement. Yes. And, you know, days stop being monotonous. Mm-hmm. You end up working on cool projects, potentially working with cool teams, etc., etc. So good for you, Rich. That's awesome. All right, I'll share mine.
Yeah.
So one of my wisdoms that I'm taking away from 2020 is that family always comes first. I think that was a big theme in my life. And I think partially was, you know, because with coronavirus, we worry about our family, but also because I haven't seen them in so long and I miss them so much and I don't know when I'm going to see my family. So like, it's just that much more on top of my mind. And also that human connection is key. Because, you know, when we all went to remote work, it's just not the same. Like it's not, I've worked with remote teams when I was at Google and it was just like, you're so much more productive that 1 week out of the year when you all meet together for an offsite. And it's just like that. Like I remember I was telling my mother-in-law the other day, like we would get coffees and just like go for dinners and do things like that, and like super intensively just so that we could connect, so that we could then work more efficiently. And it's just like when you have only known a team remotely, because I've also worked at a startup where I was in Russia, they were in Switzerland, and I've never met anyone in person. Actually, most people I've only spoken to in like voice and chat. I didn't even see their like video. Oh my God, I almost started swearing. It was really bad. It was hard. Like human connection is key to everything. And it's just like, you can't take that away, even though digitalization is so widespread. And this year has definitely made it more so, but it's not the same.
I think that's interesting because I just feel like a trend, at least in my life, and I kind of feel like society is like we have these spectrums and we'll like start, you know, on one end and then we'll get really excited about the other end. And then we kind of come in the middle and it's like, obviously human existence was personal connection for many like centuries. And then we're like, oh, digital world, it's so cool. Work from home, like everything digital. And yeah, maybe 2020 forced us a little bit to come back in the spectrum and be like, oh, like human connection is something that I really need in order to function as a human.
Absolutely. You just start understanding like those basic like needs that you have ingrained in you because you're humans are social creatures.
Yes. I love that for you. It makes me sad that you haven't gotten to see your family. So.
It is what it is, but I am talking to them a lot. That's good. It's been good. Thank you. Knowledge is empowering, but exams and assignments are daunting. Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad I don't have to take exams. Like, I'm just going to put it out there.
I just give exams.
You just give exams and then you
Yeah.
grade them. Allison is going to be grading people on Friday, so.
Oh yeah, all week gonna be grading high school students. Work.
All week?
Oh
Next
yeah,
week?
probably tonight.
That sounds painful though. Sounds very
It's okay.
painful.
It's the end of the semester.
You can do this.
I can do it.
Okay.
What were we talking about? We're talking about wisdoms. Wisdoms
Yes.
you take from 2020.
Yes, you can make yourself happy. For example, when I'm bored, I watch Jonna Jilton. She is a Swedish artist, and her videos make me fulfilled. Jonna Jilton, I have not heard of her, and I'm going to
Me
check
neither.
her out. Jonna Jilton. I'm going to write it down here so I don't forget. Jonna Jilton. And then Swoosh, human connection does drive us. I agree. I also agree with Allison's summary.
Oh, thank you. Look at you. People are so nice.
So nice. So wonderful. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I hope these prompts are also helpful for you because we all need to process whatever happened this year.
Yeah.
What happened this year? Absolutely.
Do you
nuts.
want to do another one? Do you want to wrap up
Yes.
from here?
Let's do one more prompt and then we're going to 8 minutes
Okay.
and we're gonna be taking a break for water and all that stuff.
Okay, so I guess the final prompt. So I know it's been like a really hard year, and I think that part of this reflection is, and what you should do on your own is definitely reflecting on the really hard parts and thinking about those, whether that's with your heart, your loved ones, a therapist. But we're going to end on a positive note, which is gratitude. So what are you grateful for having gone through 2020? What are some gratitudes that you have?
Oh, I love that one. That's a wonderful way to end this.
Some positivity.
Yeah, exactly. This reflection session. All right, setting 30 seconds on the clock. Are you guys ready? All right.
You go first this time.
All right. I wrote a bunch of things. So I'm very grateful for my husband because
Rad.
he's awesome, and he's been there through all of the ups and downs that I've had, and he helps me regulate those sometimes. And also, he's just a wonderful human and a companion. And I know that without him, I would have been very miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very grateful for him. I'm grateful for health of my loved ones. I'm grateful for good food and being able to prepare it because that's been my outlet of creativity and also of like discovery because I've been traveling through food.
Mm-hmm.
So I've tonight I'm cooking Asian. Yesterday, I don't remember what we had yesterday.
She's making me cookies.
Yeah, I made cookies and like exploring my creative endeavors through cookies because I painted them with food coloring, not just normal paint. I'm not trying to poison her. Just FYI, just making sure that everybody's clear on that. Obviously grateful for my family and the fact that they're there. And I'm grateful for nature because I feel like this year, and I know some of you have said like sports outdoors, hiking and biking and just like being able to go outdoors and go for walks. So
like
refreshing. And it's I'm so grateful to have nature and like being able to, because when you go to nature, you kind of like relax and you forget about the crazy stuff that's happening in the world. You can disconnect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that.
What about you?
Okay, so one of them was if you're a 90s kid, I gave Masha some.
Yes.
Dunkaroos are back in 2020. They're a 90s like cookie snack, okay? And they're back. And if anyone knows what they are, share the love with me. What else did I say? Can't even find it. Oh, well, similar time with my husband. I just, like I've had more than enough time with my husband. It's just us two in our tiny apartment. And it's been hard, but I'm just so grateful for it because it just feels like we had time to process things, to communicate, to be together a lot. And I just feel like our relationship, which already felt really strong, has gotten even stronger. And I'm grateful for that. So yeah, I want to see what you all said. What are you grateful for in 2020?
I'm grateful for enjoying good health. That's a big one. That's a theme of this year.
Yeah.
Honestly. Kara is saying, I'm grateful that I decided to learn code in 2020. I really think I have found the career I want to pursue.
Yay.
I'm applying for a local university as a computer science major. Yay,
Yes.
Kara! That's amazing.
Awesome.
Amilcar is saying, I'm grateful for life. I enjoy this year. It's so nice to be alive. That's true. 100%. And enjoying every moment.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying every moment. Even though this year sucked, this year was different, it was a time to be alive.
Yeah.
And like nobody should cross it out, or I don't know, like it was a year that it was moments of our life and our experiences. So that's wonderful. Rich, I'm very sorry if I mispronounced this, but alhamdulillah for bad things, because it's teaching to value good things even more.
Oh,
I see.
I would say like perspective, right?
Yes.
Like 2020 has really given us perspective and things that maybe we took for granted before, and now we can find a lot of gratitude for.
100%. Like when we are presented with bad things, like that's when we can really value good things. And yeah, it's wonderful. I'm grateful I'm still alive. Me too. I'm very grateful that you're alive and that we are alive and that everybody that's alive is alive.
It's lovely.
Srush is saying, I'm grateful for my partner, well, long distance, and for connections that got strengthened. Yes, 100%. Honestly, learned countless lessons this year. Can't even begin to summarize, but grateful for them nonetheless.
Yeah.
I think this year has been just like so full of lessons. Like we were saying, so many things have happened, including, like the Black Lives Matter movement when it got even stronger, and like some of these issues that, for example, I wasn't aware of got uncovered, and like it motivated people like me to get off my butt and start learning about systemic racism and things like that, and like that led to understanding systemic racism not only with Black communities but also Native American communities in Canada, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just brushed the surface even in this hour. Like, there are so many things to talk about. And honestly, do you mind if I talk about one of my videos?
Go for it, please.
So,
please.
My video from last week, I post every Thursday, but last week's video is reflecting on 2020, like we've been doing, and thinking more about how 2020 has changed us. And in that video, you have a chance to reflect on some of these huge events like Black Lives Matter movement, elections if you're in the US, wildfires, COVID, obviously. So you have a chance to reflect on that, and then some of the things more personal on how your personal life has changed. So if you want to continue reflecting, you can go to my channel, and it's the video from last week.
Go to her channel. Again, the link is in the description of this video. Subscribe to Allison's channel. It's amazing. And
yeah, I'd love to see you over there. It's a new project, so I'd love to have you as part of the initial community and help me find my way in it.
Yes, and also this Thursday, a video is coming out about New Year's resolutions, right? Yeah, so tomorrow we're kind of going, last week was Reflect 2020, and then tomorrow's video will be talking about Thursdays. New Year's resolution. Tomorrow's Wednesday. 2 days. Thursday, sorry. Days. I post on Thursdays. Yeah, 2 days. So go subscribe, watch her videos, binge watch her videos, and reflect with it. And then on Thursday, there will be a new one about New Year's resolutions. Yeah. All right. So Naras is saying, for the fact that it still feels the same to meet with your real friends again after weeks of digital contact and enjoying the same things together. That is very nice.
You must have really good friends. That's awesome.
And then she's also saying, also despite the pandemic, having more time being home to think about what really matters and set new goals and changing career direction.
Oh, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Adding a career change on top of everything that happened.
Exactly. 2020, what a transformational year for everyone. Kathleen is saying being able to teach even when it's remotely. That is wonderful.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Being able to fulfill your calling in life, if it is your calling, remotely is so...
Oh my gosh, what a blessing, right?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Someone is saying привет. Suresh is saying glad that 2020 brought Dunkaroos back for you guys in the US. Yes, I agree with you, Masha. We had so many moments of reflection this year. 100%. Like it's just been a nonstop reflection. And yes, Sisyphon pumpkin pie.
You're way better at that than me.
Says, I wish I can see your facial expression, lol. Yeah, me too. I wish we could see him, but let's be patient here. 2020 has taught us patience, and we're taking care of each other. And yeah, masks will go away eventually. Our faces are still going to be here. But yeah, our facial expressions are probably
they're probably pretty good. We'll do it again without masks.
Exactly. Go on Allison's channel to see her facial expressions.
See my face.
without a mask. And Amilcar is saying thanks to both of you for awesome sharing. Thank you.
Wait, you're also nice.
Seriously.
This was fun.
This was so much fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for reflecting with us today. I can see Maximus is also grateful for the chance to reflect. That is amazing. So glad that you could join us. And thank you for reflecting with us. Thank you for processing 2020 with us. Again, if you want some more journaling prompts, go to Allison's channel.
Go hang out with me.
Go hang out with her, and the link is in the description. It's Dinosaur Life. She's awesome. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Sending you hugs and kisses and virtual hearts. Thank you so much for joining us. May 2021 bring you all of the fulfillment, all of the joy, and all the happiness that you deserve. And may all of your wishes and goals come true.
Thanks for doing this with us. This was super fun, everybody.
Yes, so fun. And yeah, hope to see you soon. Mwah.